I'm going to go into our last question but I think we definitely could have continued for a while. So we'll wrap up here, but we like to have kind of the same conversation with most of our guests, and we just like to have a little bit of cohesivity between the topics. So one of them is had a CISO basically say that like they believe that the fight for privacy is dead, and that now it's very much the focus is the fight for security. We've lost the fight for privacy. And so I like to just ask people what their opinions are. That do you think they're still valuable? I'm sure your organization provides both security and privacy training, I'm sure, but do you still feel like there is a fight for privacy, or is it really now for organizations to focus on security?
It's an excellent observation. I definitely think the way we think about data and what's private information to me, my social security number, my health records, my financial records, etc. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's dead, but I don't know a better term for it. It's a battle that we'll lose. There's no set of outcomes that we can push into that is more than just trying to control an unstoppable force here when it comes to privacy. So privacy is basically the idea that there's limits to who knows what about what, right? And so, like, I have this little ring around certain bits of data. I think there's synthetic data that is unique to you based on that set of underlying data that we can start crafting our own mental avatars, how we act online, or fingerprints. But I won't go too far out there with that. But I do think that it's going to be a fool's errand to even try to think about security globally with the advent of things like quantum computing. So if the breakthroughs are there with quantum computing, encryption's dead. And if encryption's dead, then what do we even do with that synthetic data? Because even dynamic encryption environments are just going to go into this fractal mathematical understanding of how the world works. So I would say that security, it's going to need to focus on the unique things about unique organizations and individual people. But the full truth of an open internet is that everything will eventually become open. And I think we're going to have to live with that. I think we're going to have to prepare our kids for a world in which everything's open. We can fight back. I appreciate companies that fight back right now. The Apples of the world, at least on the local devices, pushing back. I appreciate that policy level. So I don't know a better answer to that, but it's an excellent one. And I wish I was more optimistic on the front for the protection of privacy than I am not.
I think we're getting like relatively similar responses that we're like, well, we wish, but all of our data has been breached at some point or another from some large enterprise that we do business with. So
data's. I saw a LinkedIn post today that was hilarious, which was like 23andMe did a payout to people, like the 30 million records, and they said, and it was like, this guy's like, now we know the cost of your data, and it was like $4.23. Yep. It was like, when you put an insurance number to it, to the amount of records, it's like 23andMe thinks your data was worth $4.23.
Yep.
They created the actuary science around it, and there you go. That's what it's worth today, and the value's going down.
Yeah. No, that's a scary way to think about it for sure, but it's true. I mean, how valuable is my social security number if it's out there on 3 different leak sites? The fourth one is going to be even less valuable. So